Porte tersane kuran bir babanın oğlu olarak Michel Desjoyeaux, doğduğundan beri teknelerin üzerinde büyümüş. Damarlarında tuzlu su akıyor deyimini doğrulayarak başladığı yarışçılık kariyerinde 18 yaşında profesör olmuş. Tersane deneyimleri onu tasarıma ve nasıl daha yarışçı tekneler yapabileceğini araştırmaya yöneltmiş. Bu araştırmalar sonucunda öğrendiklerini anlatmak, öğretmek isteği ve yardımseverliği ona profesör lakabını kazandırmış. Çok gövdeli, tek gövdeli, ekipli, solo, Figaro, Transat, Vendée Globe, profesörün kariyerinde hepsi bir başarı nişanı olarak yer alıyor. Michel Desjoyeaux, 44 yıllık yelken kariyerini kendi deyimiyle tatil'ini Naviga'ya anlattı. Profesör lakabını nasıl aldınız?
This nickname came from the start of a race maybe 15 years ago. It was not on such a boat, it was on the smallest boat, Figaro, one design boat, which is also for a single-handed race in France. And during the week before the race, like here, my boat was ready, I was ready, I was training enough before. So I spent quite all the week long on the other boats with other competitors to discuss with them about sail trimming, mast trimming, navigation, automatic pilot trimming, and not take care about my race. I was ready. So one of them gave me this nickname of professor, which was in the good way of this nickname, which is the teacher who will give things to other people. I'm not one of the bad part of what could be this nickname should be the one who give lessons, who tell the other how they have to do, which is absolutely not my way of life.
Tekneniz Fonsiya'nın inşa sürecine de dahil oldunuz. Fariyat Design ile bu süreçte nasıl bir çalışma yaptınız?
All the boats I sail with, and obviously those one for single-handed racing and long race. In fact, I consider that the final user of the boat, the skipper, in fact, would have to know exactly how is the boat, it is made, and why it is made like that. And also because it's just not a question of performance, but it's also a question of can we use the word of community between the boat and the user. I like to, and also because I like technology and all the way around the boat, not only sailing but also all the technology around the boat.
Tasarım sürecinde bulunmaktan keyif almanız, bir tersanede büyümüş olmanın doğal sonucu mu?
This is a part of my young age. Was born along the sea in my parents' yard, which was not a building yard. In this yard they were taking care about cruising boats, like those one, for example, to remake the paints, to repair the boats. And the house was just near the yard. Then we just had to cross the garden to go in the yard. And also because we were always in the middle of the boats, we knew using tools, and we knew using quite all the gears around. Then because we were smaller than the guy who were working in the yard, most of the time they called us to go in a small place in the boat to help them, because they were not small enough to go in some place of the boats. Even during the summer, where you can imagine that lots of kids goes for holidays, we didn't need to go there, and because we did have all what we needed to go for holidays. We did have the beach to see. We did have tools to play. Sometimes the guy of the yard were not very happy because we took their tools.
Neden uzun mesafe açık deniz yarışlarını tercih ediyorsunuz?
Oh no, I don't prefer long distance offshore race. I prefer sailing, for sure. I like racing, and I like racing against other competitors. If they are valuable, it's more interesting. For example, here we are just 6, but the competitors are high level, so it's interesting. And then you put a starting line, a race, a finish line, then we will be happy. That's quite simple, in fact.
Çok farklı teknelerle yarışmış ve tasarımlarında bulunmuş bir yarışçı olarak geleceğin tekneleri konusunda hayalleriniz neler?
That's a good question. The future is, you can imagine a crystal ball, but I don't like those, so I don't have one in the boat, so I will not be able to tell you what will be the future. For sure, what we can recognize is that the knowledge with engineers and so on will help you each time to progress and to make faster boat and to make, for example, this one is quite the same weight as the one I had in 2001 for the previous Vendée Globe I made. It is the same weight and it is 25% higher in sail area capability. So it's much more powerful for the same weight. Where does it come from? From the design, from the optimization of a lot of things. New material, for example. For example, the wires, the rig for the mast is a new fiber we didn't have already in 2000, 2001. Now it's a common fiber. Maybe in 5 years or 10 years we will discover or be able to use, regarding to the cost, another fiber than carbon fiber, which is common use on all the boats. For the same rule, we will be to make a boat faster than this one. This is one way. You can see the development of foils on the small dinghies, and we know it's a way of thinking, a way of development of sailing for high speed. Today, the fastest sailing powered engine, not boat but engine, is a kite. So maybe we will have to try to start to search with kites on such boats. Why not?
Peki bu 44 yıllık tatilinizin en kötü anı neydi?
People say, "Oh, you are not at sea at the moment. You are in holidays." And I say them, "No, that's when I'm at sea. I am in holidays because there is nobody to disturb me." In fact, in the whole concept of my way of life, in fact, more than just my job, I consider that I have more good time, but bad time. In fact, then, if you don't want to have a problem with bad time, you just have to consider that you can return those bad time to make them good time also, and it's another way to make your job correctly than not to have a bad opinion of what should be bad time.
Bu yıl Vendée Globe'da bir arıza sebebiyle 24 saat kaybettiniz ama sonuçta yarışı kazanan siz oldunuz. Bu alışılmadık başarıyı profesörün tecrübesine mi bağlamalıyız?
Yes, it is. I think that, as I said a few minutes before, when you are alone, most of the part of the performance is from the man. And in fact, I was so disappointed to have to stop and to come back and to repair that in my way of thinking, I didn't have any other solution but to push the accelerator harder than if I was staying with the other competitors ahead of the race. And for sure we will not make again the history. It's already done, and I appreciate how it was done. And I don't know how would have been my racing process if I was staying in the race without this main problem. For sure, what I know is the first classification, the first ranking we had the morning after the start. I was already 10 miles ahead of the other part of the fleet, so it was one way for me to say but I didn't say it, but I was thinking to it most of the time. My boat and me are able to do that, so we have to try. The fact that 8 years ago I already won this race was for me a very good opportunity, because at least if I didn't win this, it was not a disaster. I already won this a few years before, so I had just to try. Then I tried and it was okay, so I continue. So I won. That's all.